Hello to all in the Ninja Nation. This is Peter Parnig with your weekly Ninja Action Tip. Before I went to my first Ninja installation, and then I became a Ninja, I used to join into what I call the intra-industry banter around buyers and sellers. You know, you've probably heard some of the sayings that we say internally, like buyers are liars, or my seller is so unrealistic, or my seller is unreasonable, or we used to call offers, maybe we still do, offers that were well below list price, low ball offers. And there are a ton more for sure. Those are just some of the ones that come to mind. One of the most profound lessons of Ninja, for me, was understanding the 3 fears of a seller and the 4 fears of a buyer. They're in your installation manual or the Ninja Selling book to review them. When I started to look at buyer and seller behavior through the lens of what fear are they trying to solve with the decision they make, it made me much more compassionate to their behaviors. The Ninja wisdom is that when people are clear, they become confident, and then they can make a commitment. In other words, they can make a decision. The huge aha from that wisdom was that when either a buyer or a seller is making a decision that to us seems unreasonable, what they are really demonstrating is a lack of clarity around something. Our job is to uncover that confusion and help them get clear, not to call them unreasonable. Let me make a note here. Yes, there are some people who really are unreasonable, but for the most part, look at it the lens that they're making that decision because they're not clear, they're confused about something. In this new market, more than ever, please use the entire 10-step buyer process and the 16-step seller process. As the market continues to shift, buyers are going to want to try to see if they can get a house cheaper. You know, after the last 3 years, it's only fair. And sellers are probably going to still think that the market is the same as it was 6 months ago. Well, that's normal too. So whenever a buyer wants to write an offer that you think is too low, don't criticize it. Write it, present it, and see what happens. You know, you might try this question of your buyer before you present it. I'm curious, do you think that this is what the property is worth? Or are you just trying to buy it below market value? And then whatever the answer is, take note, but don't try to convince them otherwise. Ask the 85% perfect question. Where would you rate this home? Oh, it's a 90? Great. Ask them that they will be okay if they lose it, but most of all, I think we would do well to remove all of those old school terms that I mentioned above. You know, Larry Kendall says it so beautifully. We are proactive, trusted advisors, not proactive, trusted decision makers. So your action tip for this week is to stop yourself from using some of those unflattering industry terms, and instead see if you can figure out when a buyer or seller is doing something that you don't understand, what is their fear that is causing the behavior that you used to say was unreasonable. Let us know how this feels. We'd love to know. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday.